Way back when Jarrett Stidham was signed, I said it was interesting that the Broncos went out and got him. Why was it interesting? Well, because they took a guy who had very little playing time, had bounced through 2 teams already in his young career, and they signed him to the 5th highest backup contract in the league. Now, why would you do that? I thought about a lot of things, but what I settled on was this theory, that it was as if they were taking a flyer on him. Now, they can get out of the contract fairly easily after the first year, so if it went poorly, wipe your hands clean, move on. But just like a team might take a flyer in a late round draft, they took a flyer in free agency with a guy who's young, who had shown flashes, and obviously has some potential to see if that worked out. Why? Because Sean Payton never thought Russell Wilson was the guy. Now, he had to go through the season with Russell Wilson. He had to play with him, and when he did well, of course he's going to roll with him. But Russell Wilson was never the long-term plan for Sean Payton. And we can see that going all the way back to now with this whole thing about the restructured contract gate, whatever you want to call it, of Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, going back to the Chief game that they won. They tried to get the restructure that got rid of the injury clause. He said no. They said they'd bench him. They didn't bench him, and then they benched him for Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham played this last week against the Chargers, and he had a fine game, 20 of 32, 224 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Over the course of his career, he is even touchdown interception ratio with 7 touchdowns, 7 picks, and a 59% completion percentage. Now, that's a little bit misleading. Why is that a little bit misleading? Let's dig into the numbers just a little bit more. When you actually look at it, 4 of his 7 picks came in 8 games with the Patriots, where he was a 50% passer, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. Overall, not a very good quarterback. And there's a reason why they moved on from him. But with the Raiders last season, he had 2 games, lost both of them, but was competitive in both of them against, including the 49ers, who are a very good team. And in those games, he was a 63% passer, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, and had a 656 yards passing. Now, that brings me to the question, can Jarrett Stidham be the future for the Broncos? I think it remains to be seen. I think that he's shown flashes. He's shown potential. Interceptions concern me. And I don't want a guy who's going to throw a lot of picks if he's not going to give you that extreme upside of a guy with incredible arm who's gunslinging. Like Josh Allen throws a lot of picks, but he also makes a lot of great plays. So he kind of balances out. Jarrett Stidham has yet to show that he can do that. And I don't know if he can ever do that. How much potential does he have left? How much ceiling does this guy have left? That remains to be seen. I think that he can be a decent quarterback in the league. And at this point, I am not in on Jarrett Stidham being a future long-term guy. I think they're going to run with him this weekend against the Raiders. And barring something spectacular, I think the Broncos are going to do one of 2 things. Sign a free agent quarterback or trade up in the draft to get a quarterback. That's my take on this situation. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. If you didn't, well, thanks for watching anyways, and I'll see you next time.